Welcome to the Houghton Lake Public Library's Text Short series. Today, we'll be looking at the Do Not Disturb feature on Android phones. As with all videos on Android phones, keep in mind that your screen and options may not be identical to mine, depending on Android version and the phone manufacturer. Do Not Disturb is a feature which will mute most sounds coming from your phone. Text, phone calls, and app notifications will all be silent. You might enable Do Not Disturb mode while in a meeting or when you want to go to bed. To enable Do Not Disturb mode, swipe down from the top of your screen and look for a circle with a line in the middle. If you tap the icon, you can enable and disable it. So right now, mine is disabled. If I tap it, you can see it turns blue and it's enabled. If I tap it again, it goes back to gray, which means it's disabled. So we'll go ahead and enable it once more. Depending on your phone, you may also be able to change some settings of the Do Not Disturb feature. To access the settings, tap and hold on the Do Not Disturb icon. There are a few settings in here which you may wish to set. For starters, you can select who or what might be able to interrupt your Do Not Disturb mode. See here at the top, there's a People section. So if we tap on the People, it will give us a list of which people are allowed to interrupt our Do Not Disturb mode. If you see here, for calls, actually for conversations, no one's allowed to interrupt. For calls, starred contacts or repeated callers may interrupt, so any person I have starred in my contact setting will be allowed to call me and the phone will ring through. Or if somebody calls me repeatedly in a short span of time, it will also allow the call to go through. And it will also allow text messages from starred contacts to go through. In the next section, you can see which apps are allowed to interrupt Do Not Disturb mode. So you can see Digital Wellbeing, which I believe is added by default, can interrupt Do Not Disturb mode, but you can also hit the Add Apps section here, and you can go through any app on your phone and allow it to go through Do Not Disturb mode. So if you have a particular app, maybe your Facebook app or something that you would like to be able to make notification sounds through your Do Not Disturb mode, you could go ahead and add that here. And in the final section, there's the Alarms and Other Interruptions. And you can see here, based on the checkbox, I've allowed alarms to go through Do Not Disturb mode. For me, this makes sense because I frequently use my phone as an alarm clock. So if I have my phone at Do Not Disturb mode when I'm going to bed so that I don't get woken up by any sort of notifications, my alarm clock is still allowed to make noise so it can wake me up. You can also check any of these other things, such as media, touch sounds, reminders, or calendar events. To turn them on or off, again, just tap the switch next to it and it will flip it off or on. The final setting you may want to play with here is the Schedules setting. You can turn on schedules for weekends or weeknights by tapping on the checkbox to the left or right of them. And if you look to the right of each section, there's a gear, which allows you to go into the settings for that section. So let's tap on the gear for weekend. You can see for Friday night and Saturday night, it will use the weekend scheduling. You can set a start time when your Do Not Disturb will enable, and an end time the next day when your Do Not Disturb will end. And this is helpful if you don't want to have to remember to turn on your Do Not Disturb every night before you go to bed. And you can just automatically schedule it to turn on at night and then turn off in the morning. And that covers everything you need to know about the Do Not Disturb feature on Android phones. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up or subscribing to be notified of future content. Thank you for watching and have a great day.